Happy new moon in Cancer. This new moon at approximately 14 degrees of Cancer became exact today on Friday, July 5th, 2024 at 6:57 p.m. New York time, which was 22:57 Greenwich Mean Time. This new moon aligns with Sirius, opening up a powerful portal to the dog star. For everyone, but especially feeling right for us Sirian star seeds like myself, it is a time to connect with our home astrally, Sirius, and to connect with the Sirian elements here on Earth, such as water, dolphins, whales, dogs, crystals, especially quartz crystals, theater, and laughter and comedy. Cancer is the cardinal water sign of the zodiac as it initiates summer in the northern hemisphere. It is ruled by the moon, which is the overseer of the emotional body. During Cancer season, we tend to feel very emotional. We can cry at the drop of a hat. Interest grows in the feminine aspects of life. We feel a great call to enjoy the outdoors, to hug, to have alone time to meditate, and to connect with our family. Cancer is the ruler of the fourth house, the house of home. During Cancer season, we naturally feel inclined to connect with family and take care of our homes. Cleaning, organizing, and redecorating your home is a great idea during Cancer season. During Cancer season, we connect with the nurturing aspects of self, a capacity that we all carry within. If you have children, focus on becoming the best parent possible. Or whoever you are in a position of taking care of, other family members, pets, plants, etc., be the best, most nurturing parent that you can be. Also, don't forget that another important aspect of expressing that nurturing part of self is nurturing the self. Anything that is promoting of self-care is a great idea during Cancer season. For example, meditation, exercise, going for a massage, or watching a comfort movie. Cancer is a cardinal water sign that is represented by the crab. The crab likes to explore the beach at its own pace. However, whenever it feels threatened or over-challenged, it retreats back into the safety of its shell. In its shell, it feels nurtured and safe. One of the downfalls of Cancer is that it can be fearful, hermit-like, or overly defensive. When eventually we reach the upper levels of the third dimension into the fifth dimension, there isn't as much of a reason anymore for the lower emotions, so to speak, like sadness, anger, and jealousy. However, for now, here in this third dimension, it is a part of our mission as part of our ascension processes to honor all emotions within rather than pushing them away or judging them. What is it like to just feel an uncomfortable emotion? To sit with it for a moment. To remove judgment from it and just let it be. The truth is that when we push away uncomfortable emotions within, we actually only make the shadow aspect of self, which could be said to be the projection of the amalgam of the unhealed, unexpressed parts of self, stronger. With Venus squaring Chiron right now, we are apt to be feeling extra emotional around romantic and family relationships specifically. Allow the shadow self to be, to exist. Allow the uncomfortable, inconvenient emotions to pop up once in a while and give them the time of day to be felt and honored. You'll find if you do this that your overall experience of life will become more satisfying. The happy times become more sustainable when the shadow within is honored. Cancer is also the sign of the divine feminine. It naturally enjoys mothering and nurturing. It is the womb of the zodiac. During Cancer season, we strongly desire to be nurtured and to nurture others. It is a time to connect with the feminine and moon aspects of life in all ways and with water. This new moon uniquely falls in between two Capricorn full moons that bookend Cancer season. Because of this, and because Capricorn's ruler Saturn is exalted now, having just exited its station phase and now moving retrograde through Pisces, the Capricornian masculine energies are also very active now. Since the solstice, we have been challenged with balancing the divine feminine yin and divine masculine yang energies, and that endeavor continues. We also may naturally feel more emotionally reactive during this Cancer season. Cancer and the moon rules over emotions, as I said. As human beings, we're here to explore a whole range of emotions. All emotions are valid. It's just that each emotion is at a different frequency. That's it. Our soul puts us here to experience the whole range of emotions. As I said, Cancer is associated with the home in all ways. We feel a natural call during Cancer season to come home in all ways that may be. Some people may feel called to travel to or reconnect with their family of origin. Some may put effort into improving the look and feel of their physical home. Others may go camping or hiking in the woods in order to reestablish the feeling of being home with Mother Earth. Or you might find yourself doing all three. And with Mars being in Taurus, it is a terrific time to connect with Mother Earth, as of course Taurus rules over the Earth. Swimming in lakes, ponds, rivers, and the ocean is a great idea during Cancer season, as it connects you physically and energetically with the water element. And make sure you're staying extra hydrated too, especially when the inevitable heat waves hit, as they have been. We're likely to feel more connected with our pets in the animal kingdom during this time. Our pets don't speak English or whatever your native language is, but they feel our emotions and we feel theirs. Personally, nothing makes me feel better when I feel emotional, frustrated, sad, or lonely than hugging or playing with my dogs. Cancer season is also a deeply intuitive time, but this is an especially intuitive time with this new moon coinciding with Neptune exalted just having entered its retrograde phase in its home sign of Pisces and sextiling the retrograde Pluto in Aquarius. Neptune being the most psychic of the planets, your psychic senses will be on point, and there's a sense of the thinning of the veils. Intuitive guidance may come to you naturally, even if you feel like you've struggled receiving guidance before. Our dream realities are vivid right now. Neptune's influence is very strong right now, as it is just exiting its station phase when it is most exalted. It is also in the final degree, or what's known as the anaretic degree, or the 29th degree, of its home sign, meaning it comes with a sense of urgency, but it can also cause confusion. So although it is a very intuitive and dreamy time, we need to be extra discerning right now, as illusion, delusion, and confusion can be just as prevalent. When in doubt, trust the subtle feeling inside, and when in doubt, avoid jumping to conclusions or taking rash action. Taking practical action. We have somewhat of a noteworthy minor grand trine forming on this new moon, as we have the Sun and Moon sextiling Mars in Taurus with 5 degrees of orb, and trining an exalted retrograde Saturn in Pisces, which is just exiting its station phase, also with 5 degrees of orb. It's noteworthy that the Mars-Saturn sextile leg of this minor grand trine is actually nearly exact, so it's very strong. This is a practical setup, emphasizing our ability to use logic and reason to attack creative projects that we put on the back burner. With the Sun and Moon squaring the lunar nodes, we're feeling an emotional call to step into our greater purpose in life. With the empty leg of the T-square being in Capricorn, the solution to the tension or confusion we feel around our life's purpose right now is making practical, achievable goals. Here are some journal questions to get you thinking about your future in a practical manner. And if you want to have access to the article version of this podcast, which makes it really convenient to read the journal questions written out, and then you can do your journal entries, click the pinned comment if you're listening here on the Higher Self channel. The pinned comment, which is below the description box, has all my links, including the link to my website, my Instagram, my email, but also the link to the article version of this podcast. Again, it makes it really, really convenient if you click on the article version. And if you are listening to the podcast, either here on Higher Self or Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts, you can just, of course, pause the podcast in between each question and write out your journal responses. If I had to guess, what is my purpose in this life? What are the things that I know I must accomplish while I have the opportunity to in this lifetime? What are my top 3 priorities in life right now? What do I want my life to look like in 6 months from now, in 1 year from now, in 5 years from now? And describe this in detail. Make a list of actionable goals for the next 6 months. When I mean actionable, I mean goals that are realistic. Goals that will place you firmly in the direction of accomplishing what you want your life to look like. What distractions do I still need to cut out of my life that if I do, it will greatly increase my chances of success in accomplishing what I need to do? Networking season. With Mercury now an expressive, extroverted Leo, sextiling Jupiter and chatty, networking-oriented Gemini on this new moon, we have a great opportunity to network and make new friends and even new romantic connections. Make sure you are getting yourself out there, as the tendency during Cancer season can be to nest, and more on this in the next section. What does home mean for you? Cancer is the nurturing home body of the zodiac. It is the oasis that the more explorative signs like Sagittarius and Aries come home to anchor, ground, and build. Regardless of what your natal chart looks like, it is the perfect time to contemplate what home means to you. Is your current home environment providing you what you need to grow and expand? Are the people you're spending the most time with supporting your highest evolution? If you don't feel like your current home environment is providing you with what you need to grow, then what kind of home environment do you truly desire? In this perfect setup, who is there with you, or are you alone? What does the scenery at this perfect home look like? How does it feel? If you feel like your ideal home is a lot different than your current home life, then what steps can you take starting with this new moon to start the process of manifesting your dream? If your home isn't really working for you, but you don't desire to or not in the position to change locales, then what can be done to improve your relationship with those with whom you live? Could you be perhaps more tolerant and less emotionally reactive without letting yourself get walked over or disrespected? Could you be just a little bit more open to interacting in ways around topics that aren't necessarily home for you? Sometimes asking someone the question, what are you interested in, can really transform an uncomfortable relationship. Home also has to do with the home that is in your body and mind. What would it feel like to surrender completely to the experience of being in your body, even if you are in chronic physical discomfort like so many light workers are on this journey? What would it feel like if your mind was a source of comfort and peace rather than distraction, worry, or confusion? How could you do a better job of making yourself feel safe regardless of what is going on in the outside world? Questions to ponder on or even journal on if you'd like. Take whatever steps you can over the next 28 days to bring greater balance to your body and to make mental peace and clarity a priority. Meditation, breathwork, yoga, tai chi, and nature walks or swims are really good ways to give your nervous system a feeling of safety. Targeted supplements and nutrition for the brain are crucial if you're not experiencing peace in the mind. However, meditation is truly irreplaceable. It would be of tremendous benefit to all light workers to incorporate at least 5 minutes of daily meditation into their routines, but ideally more. The meditation can be any type you'd like. With this new moon, we see a renewal of focus, of course, on the nurturing, emotional, divine feminine aspects of life. It's a time to recommit to taking care of our body and to nurture the self while establishing a healthy balance between self and other. We should also, as I already mentioned, endeavor to achieve a better balance between the masculine and feminine energies within and an improved relationship between our self-care and our role in the outside world. Cancer, which is the divine mother of the zodiac, can help us to establish a healthy balance between accepting nurturance, love, and support from loved ones and friends with establishing and maintaining emotional independence. And it's important to find that middle road. When we have wounds and traumas that are yet unhealed, we may tend to over-rely on others to help us feel safe, okay, or validated in certain ways. Likewise, some of us may go in the other direction, keep our feelings and emotions locked up inside for fear of being judged or being seen as weak. Both sides of this spectrum are unhealthy and miscalibrated, but somewhere in the middle we can find a healthy balance of sharing our thoughts, feelings, and emotions and concerns with others when we need to, or we feel the need to, with being fully adept at handling the full range of emotions on our own. And that's the alchemy of this. Remember that no one else will ever be able to heal the wounds within you, though it can be certainly helpful and wise to seek the help of healers, therapists, and trusted loved ones and friends to assist. However, there is no replacement for inner work. When once you become willing to do the work, you've already won half the battle. One of the most difficult parts of being a human being is having to experience and handle the whole gamut of emotions. It is natural to want to avoid feeling uncomfortable emotions like sadness or anger, and this is why so many people find it difficult or even embarrassing to cry. In fact, our subconscious mind does whatever it can to make sure we don't have to feel the uncomfortable emotions that are stored within. Our subconscious mind will create our reality in a way that we will be able to avoid the unfelt emotions within that become stored during instances or prolonged experiences of mental, emotional, and or physical trauma, especially those that occurred during childhood. So unless you grew up with parents or caregivers who taught you how to talk about, handle, and alchemize your emotions, which is very uncommon in our society, of course, you may have picked up unhealthy coping mechanisms along the way. These unhealthy coping mechanisms often directly lead to addictive patterns as well as other patterns of self-sabotage. And with Neptune exalted right now, it is a precarious time for addicts. So if you're someone who considers yourself an addict or an ex-addict, be very careful around this time and look after and check in on those of your friends and family that are addicts. The opportunity to unravel and heal those unhealthy coping mechanisms comes when one embarks on a conscious awakening journey, often seeking out teachers, healers, books, videos, seminars, courses, therapists, plant medicines, etc. In my opinion, one of the most important tools that we can learn in life is to honor all of our emotions. This allows for the proper flow of energy to run through our sacral chakra, as well as helping you to learn how to be a healthy, emotionally balanced human. I believe that we all hold a reservoir of unfelt and unprocessed emotions within. These unfelt and unprocessed emotions create energetic blockages in the energy field. These blockages can cause physical issues down the line if not alchemized. When you feel sad, stop and take a moment to fully feel and honor the sadness. Let the tears come through. You'll find that once you allow the sadness to be deeply felt, you'll feel a lightness wash over you. This is exactly why we feel better after crying. Sometimes when I feel sadness bubbling up, I'll put on a sad song, hug my dog, and just let myself bawl. I always feel better after a good cry. When you feel tired, triggered, or resentful, avoid expressing anger outwardly when you can remember, as that only creates more of the energy you're trying to dispel. Rather, take some deep breaths, step away from the situation, and then feel the anger deeply, but within yourself. That's the key. Just taking a moment to feel anger within, rather than without, you might say, transmute some of that reservoir of unfelt emotion within. It's a really magical process that almost no one knows about. You'll likely find the anger dissipating and a sense of peace, well-being, and gratitude washing over you if you practice this exercise. Of course, unless your mind brings it back again afterwards and perpetuates it. And it's something to be practiced, and it's not something to expect yourself to grasp right away. Wishing everyone a wonderful new moon in Cancer with love. This is Matthew John. Thank you so much for listening. And while I have your attention, before you go, please make sure you help me out and help out the Higher Self channel. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. And please leave a comment. I do love reading all the comments. Let me know what you are excited about during Cancer season. Do you enjoy Cancer season? Let us know if it's your birthday in the comments section. Would love to wish you a happy birthday. Let me know your thoughts on anything that I said during this podcast. Remember, all my links are in the pinned comment below the description box, right below the description box. And I'm really excited about the very first edition of my spiritual life coaching certification course beginning right here during Cancer season on July 13th. So this first edition is going to be just amazing. It is a 6-week-long comprehensive training course that is going to teach you not only spiritual life coaching, and I started my career as a healer, as a life coach, and to this day, I consider myself a spiritual life coach. It's on my website. This is your chance to learn from one of the best. I consider myself one of the best spiritual life coaches on the planet, and this is your opportunity to learn from one of the best. But not only are you going to learn really powerful insider spiritual life coaching techniques, you're also going to learn all sorts of other cool stuff that most other teachers do not, if not all other teachers, don't teach in spiritual life coaching courses. You're going to learn how to conduct regressions, like past life regressions, hypnosis sessions, inner child healing, EFT tapping. I'm going to teach you how to craft your own EFT tapping sequences, shamanic soul retrievals, learning how to access the Akashic records and to integrate psychic work with coaching work, which I'm so good at. So you're going to learn all of that in this course and have ample opportunity to practice your craft as a spiritual life coach before you graduate. And I'm also going to set you up with insider secrets on how to build a successful spiritual life coaching business as I have. So the class dates, most of them are on Saturdays. Saturday, July 13th, Saturday, August 17th, Saturday, August 24th, Saturday, September 21st, Sunday, September 22nd, that's the only Sunday call, and Saturday, October 5th. The good news is for these 3-hour calls, you're going to get a downloadable replay and notes right after the calls. And these are video calls on Zoom, so you can join live, watch the recording again if you'd like. But the great thing is if you can't make any of these dates, and the classes are all 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 to 4 p.m. Pacific Time, and London, that would be 9 p.m. to midnight. But if you can't make any of them, it's no problem. You can watch the replay and get caught up. It does come with a certification, okay? So you will get a certification as a spiritual life coach at the end of this course, as long as you graduate. The price is incredible, $444 for the course and the certification. And if you are an Ascending as One VIP member, you save 20%. Knocks it down to just $355. You might be saying to yourself, wow, that sounds way too cheap to be good or too good to be true. This course will be incredibly high quality. The reason it's so affordable is because I want to get as many people in for the first run of this course. So because it's a first-time offering, I'm offering a really, really low price for it. So take advantage of it. Learn from one of the best and become a spiritual life coach. You can build a business off of this that will sustain you for the rest of your adult life if you'd like. So go to my website for all the info on this course and to register. It's youaredivinehuman.org, all spelled out, youaredivinehuman.org. You can also go to the pinned comment, again, below the description box. My website's there. And click on the courses, events, and retreats page. It has Ascending as One at the top of that page. Again, if you want to do both Ascending as One and the Spiritual Life Coaching course, you'll save 20%. And our Ascending as One classes resume in August with the True Lionsgate activation on the 3rd, Healing Your Crown Chakra on the 4th, Stepping in Your Highest Purpose on the 18th, and the VIP only call on August 31st, How to Do Trance Channeling and Sirian Channeling. So feel free to hop in on Ascending as One for August and then get that 20% off of the Spiritual Life Coaching course. If you want to register for the Spiritual Life Coaching course without the discount, you can just go ahead and click the Buy Now button on that page. If you want to sign up for Ascending as One first, make sure you fill out the form to sign up for Ascending as One, and then via email you can let me know that you also want to do the Spiritual Life Coaching course. I am happy to do free consultations if you have any questions about the Spiritual Life Coaching course, if you're not sure if it's right for you, or you just want to know anything about the content or the format of the program. Please email me. My email's in the pinned comment below, youaredivinehuman@gmail.com, youaredivinehuman@gmail.com, or just go ahead and go to my website and go to the More section and click on Contact Me and fill out that form. Other upcoming events to be aware of. July 19th, I am in Boston at Open Doors Braintree. I'm teaching you how to conduct mediumship, how to be a medium. And I'm also going to be doing gallery-style mediumship. You can purchase tickets on the same page, just $33 for the Boston workshop. July 24th, I have a workshop in New York City at Quest NYC in Manhattan, and that starts at 6:30. That's about manifestation, manifesting your most joyful and abundant era, and gallery-style mediumship as well. So both those are on sale, and there is a Thursday, July 25th, workshop in Edison, New Jersey. Tickets for that, it's kind of a last-minute event I'm putting together, will be on sale very soon. And also my East Coast retreat coming up in September, 5th through 8th at Light on the Hill in Van Etten, New York. You can see all the info on that same page, and you do save 20% as well on that if you are an Ascending as One VIP member. All right, everyone, so I look forward to speaking to you in 2 weeks on our second consecutive Capricorn full moon. So that'll be interesting to chat about. And, of course, that will lead the way into Leo season. So how exciting is that? We're just about getting ready here to enter the middle third of summer. All right, everyone, until then, please remember to be kind to yourself, to be kind to others, to be kind to animals, and to be kind to the earth with love. This is Matthew John.